So, you did it. You put in the work, you battled through the syntax, and you've built a really solid foundation in Python. Awesome. But now for the big question. What's your next adventure? Let's take a look at some of the most exciting paths you can take from right here. And first of all, seriously, take a moment and pat yourself on the back. Getting through the fundamentals is a huge deal, and you should be really proud of how far you've come. Think of it like this. You just beat the tutorial level. Now the real game can begin. And yeah, that leads us right to this question. With the basics under your belt, the world of Python just explodes. It opens up into this huge landscape of possibilities. And, it can feel a little overwhelming, to be honest. So today, we're going to focus on 3 incredible paths you can choose to go down. Okay, path number 1. This one's for all the builders out there, the creators. This is about becoming an architect of the web. I mean it, Python is an absolute powerhouse in web development, and it's your key to building the very apps and platforms that millions of people use every single day. And if you want a sense of that power, just think about Instagram. It runs on a Python framework called Django. We're not talking about small side projects here. We're talking about one of the biggest platforms in the world, handling an unbelievable amount of data and traffic. That's the kind of raw capability we're talking about. So, how do you even start to build something that big? Well, the secret sauce is something called a web framework. The best way to think about it is like a pre-built toolkit for building a house. Instead of having to forge every nail and cut every piece of wood yourself, the framework gives you all the essential components, the plumbing, the electrical, the foundation, so you can focus on building the actual house. It handles all that tricky, repetitive stuff for you. Now, in the Python world, there are 2 big names you're going to hear all the time, Django and Flask. They both help you build amazing things on the web, but they have completely different philosophies about how to get you there. Let's break them down. And the difference is actually pretty simple. Django is what we call batteries included. It's an all-in-one toolkit. Imagine you're building a big e-commerce site. You need user accounts, an admin panel, a way to talk to the database. Django just gives you all of that right out of the box. It saves you so much time. Flask, on the other hand, is a micro-framework. It starts out tiny and minimal. It's like being handed a super high-quality engine and a chassis, and then you get to pick every other part. This is perfect for things like a fast, clean API where you want total control and absolutely no extra weight. All right, let's switch gears completely. Maybe you're not as interested in building things for others to see, but in discovering things that no one has seen before. Path number 2 is all about becoming a data detective, using Python as your magnifying glass to find hidden stories and crucial insights buried in mountains of data. And the impact of this path, it can be world-changing. I mean, think about the COVID-19 pandemic. Data scientists were on the front lines, using Python to analyze infection rates, track the spread of the virus, and give leaders the critical information they needed to make public health policies. That's Python making a direct, life-saving impact on a global scale. And really, at its heart, that's what data science is all about. It's this incredible blend of art and science, where you pull meaningful, actionable knowledge out of just raw, messy data. It's about finding the signal in all the noise and using it to make smarter decisions. And just like any good detective, you need your toolkit. In the world of Python data science, your starter kit is really built on 2 legendary libraries. First, you've got NumPy. Think of this as the super-powered scientific calculator of your toolkit. It can just tear through complex math on huge datasets at lightning speed. Then you've got Pandas, which is like the ultimate programmable spreadsheet. It lets you organize, clean, and analyze data in these powerful tables called data frames. Honestly, pretty much every data investigation you'll do in Python is going to start with these 2. Okay, on to our 3rd and final path. This one is a little different. It's not necessarily about building for the world or analyzing data for insights. It's about making your own life easier. This path is about becoming a magician, using Python to make all those boring, repetitive tasks just disappear, so you can get your time back. And that's really the main prize right there. The whole point of automation is to save you time. And we're not talking about a few minutes here and there. We're talking about saving countless hours you would have otherwise spent on mind-numbing manual work. This is Python giving you your own personal superpower for efficiency. And, getting started is way simpler than you probably think. The whole process really just boils down to these 3 steps. 1, you find a boring, repetitive task that you hate doing. 2, you write a simple Python script that does it for you. And 3, you run the script, lean back,
and figure out what to do with all your newfound free time. It's that simple. So, what kind of tasks are we talking about? Well, the sky's the limit, really. You can start with simple stuff like renaming 1,000 files at once. But think bigger. You could write a script that checks a website every hour for concert tickets for your favorite band. And the second they go on sale, it sends a notification right to your phone. That's the kind of personal magic we're talking about. If you can write down the steps, chances are you can automate it. So, whether you want to be the architect, the detective, or the magician, every great explorer needs the right gear before they set out. And the cool thing is, these paths aren't totally separate. They often overlap. But no matter which one you start with, you're gonna need the same essential explorer's kit to really succeed on your journey.
First things first, you gotta remember this. The tech world, and especially the Python world, is always changing. New tools pop up, best practices evolve. So treating this as a journey of lifelong learning isn't just a nice thought, it's absolutely essential. You just have to embrace the marathon.
So, first up in your kit, your knowledge tools. Look, the official Python documentation can seem a little dry, but trust me, it's the ultimate source of truth. Learning to navigate it is a superpower. Then you've got online courses on sites like Coursera or Udemy, which give you a structured path to follow. For specific problems, websites like Real Python are amazing for deep dive tutorials. And never, ever underestimate a good book. Something like Automate the Boring Stuff with Python is a fantastic project-based way to learn a new skill. But here's the thing, learning is not a solo sport. The second, and maybe most important part of your kit is your support network, the incredible Python community. When you're stuck on a bug at 2 a.m., forums like Stack Overflow will save you. Local meetups are amazing for connecting with other developers in your area. And eventually, when you're ready, contributing to an open source project on GitHub is one of the absolute best ways to level up your skills and give back. So, we've looked at the map, we've packed our explorer's kit, we've seen the possible destinations. Now it's time for the most important part of all, choosing your first quest. This is where your journey really begins. So what's it going to be? Are you going to be the architect, crafting the next generation of web applications? Or maybe the detective, digging through data to uncover profound truths? Or will you be the magician, automating your world and making technology work for you? Every single one of these paths is exciting, challenging, and full of potential. You know, the only wrong choice here is to not choose at all. The skills you've worked so hard to learn have brought you to this exact moment. So take a look at the horizon, pick a direction that excites you, and just take that first step. Your adventure is waiting. The only question left is, what will you build first?